Hello and welcome back to the channel, How We Move the Decimal. In today's video, I am hopelessly trying to photograph items to sell on eBay and my cat has other plans for me. Doing my process. I will photograph first and I will upload the photos to my computer and then I will list them on my leisure. I do have a couple things that just recently happened with eBay over the weekend that I will talk about. One, our sales stuff got upped to 5 million. I didn't know that was a thing. And if we got up to 5 million for listings and 5 million for sales, then why would I buy a larger store? Also, I had to cancel an order today, and for once, it wasn't my fault that I had to cancel it, and it wasn't that the buyer had requested I cancel it. Unfortunately, the buyer was Canadian, and not that they were Canadian, but they were Canadian, and they said that there was the wrong address on their shipping label. But because I use eBay's international shipping, I could not change it because the address on the shipping label, because you can go in and manually change the addresses on the shipping labels, but the address on the shipping label was to eBay's hub that is closer to me, and it's the one in Illinois. I could not change it. I couldn't change it to Ontario, Canada, because I use the eBay international shipping. So unfortunately, I had to cancel that order, and I sent the buyer message I'm so sorry. But because I use eBay's international shipping, I actually don't have the ability to change the address on the shipping label, where if they were within the United States, I could change the address. I'm incredibly leery to change addresses when they ask me to, but I kind of figure if I'll use the message as proof, hey, they messaged. I've sent things to, somebody's child for their birthday or whatever. I've done that before, but it didn't change the cost of shipping on my end. The person that asked me to ship it was willing to cover the difference in the cost. So before she even bought it, she messaged me. It was a grandmother and it was a Peppa Pig bed sheet, just so you know. But she messaged me before she bought it, said, I really want to buy this, but can you ship it to my daughter for my granddaughter's birthday? If it ships to me and then I have to ship it, it's an extra expense on my part, and I don't think it will get there in time. So I had her give me the address of her daughter, and then I put it into the USPS shipping calculator, and it happened to be the same exact difference for her if I would have shipped to her. So I went in. I was like, that's fine. You've already paid for shipping. And I went in and I changed the address to her daughter's address. I was a little iffy because, one, it's a birthday present. So, what if they don't want it? What if they don't like it? Then it's a weird getting it shipped back to me thing. Or, what if it doesn't get there? How does that gonna work? It worked out fine. The granddaughter loved it. I got a great feedback from it. Buyer was willing to work with us to ship this out. And sometimes it pays off to do that. And that was actually one of my retail arbitrage things. They were brand new Peppa Pig sheets that I got at Walmart. Walmart had clearanced off all their twins sheets for $1. Twin sheet sets for $1. And I think I got Peppa Pig and Barbie and something else, and it was a couple years ago, and that was a good buy. I was able to get rid of all those fairly quickly because they were still new. One of the things I just shipped out this week, or actually a week ago, last weekend, I shipped it out on Monday. They were vintage, and I might have a video of them later on, so you might see them in a video later on of me photographing, but I just don't know if I videoed that or not. They were vintage corn cob tray holders. So after you've cooked it, you've put the sticky pokey things in it, and you put it, instead of putting it on a plate, you'd put it in this holder thing. It's slightly concave, so the butter and stuff stays in the middle, and they all look like corn cobs. And apparently they were all the rage in the late 60s, early 70s. It was the paint your own pottery stuff. So there was all different colors. When I was looking at them online, there was all different colors. I do believe the colors I had were very appealing. And whoever's these were, they were Jones. Whoever's these were, she had signed her name on the bottom, but she picked out pretty good colors, and she was pretty good. She stayed in the lines, and it looked like it could have been professionally done, which was great, because some of these ladies that did these at these parties, because my mom told me that they used to be parties where, like, instead of like a Tupperware party, it's like a paint your own pottery party. So you would paint your own pottery, and then they'd go fire it, and then they'd bring it back to you or something. Maybe, I guess it'd be most like the paint with me, or like wine and dine, or something like that. I don't, like, right now there's places where you can go paint like door decks. So instead of wreaths, you'd have these hanging on your doors, or you could paint like a canvas. My kids did one for Easter, and I have a bunch of little Peep paintings that my kids did at like a paint party. So it was kind of like that, but it was in the late 60s, early 70s. I think mine actually had like 71 or something on the date of it. Very unique. They also, this is about the same time that you could get the very popular ceramic Christmas trees, where people painted them themselves. And so that's fun. It's essentially like the same company, I guess, or like a offshoot of that company. Either way, they sold. I bought them in an auction lot that I paid $1 for, and it was an online auction. I don't even think I wanted anything in that lot, but when you have online auctions and you see things have no bids on them, I'm that person. I will go in and throw $1 on a bunch of stuff to see if it goes, and I did. And I was away at camp when the pickup happened, and my poor husband and father-in-law had to fill 2 cars with all the stuff I got, because I won a lot of my dollar lots, and this was in one of them, and I think I sold them for like $35. There were 6 of them. They were approximately the size of a corn cob, so they were about 8 inches long. They were all heavy ceramic, and I shipped them, and they got there, and I got positive feedback. It was like, seller packed really well, or something like that. And I'll tell you how I packed them. I should have took a video on how I packed them, because apparently I packed them very well. I used the pool noodle method, and those of you that have been selling for a long time probably know the pool noodle method. You go to the Dollar Tree, you get yourself some pool noodles. They actually were selling a pool noodle cutter, like knife cutter thing, that I didn't buy, but now I kind of wish I did. But what I did was I took bubble wrap. We have the large bubble wrap. I wrapped every single one twice in bubble wrap, and then I cut a pool noodle, the 8 inches long, and then I cut it into fourths. And I put a fourth of the noodle between each one, and I stacked 3 together. So bubble wrap, pool noodle, bubble wrap, pool noodle, bubble wrap. And then I wrapped a big thing of bubble wrap around the whole sides of it, and did that for 2 stacks. Put bubble wrap around the bottom of the box, the sides of the box, and the top of the box. And they made it there, or not bubble wrap, pool noodles. I lined the bottom of the box with pool noodles, the side of the box with pool noodles, and the top of the box with pool noodles, and they made it, they're great. I've only shipped one other thing, the pool noodle method, and that was a Bath & Body Works 3-wick candle, and I just surrounded that sucker, pool noodles. It could have floated in a pool. It had so many pool noodles on it, and it got there fine too. And pool noodles don't add that much weight. I think I used a half of a pool noodle total, and it only added 6 ounces, which is not a lot in the long run. It is a lot if it's a small item, but it's not a lot if it's a large item. And these were already over 3 pounds. So the 6 ounces was not going to make or break me. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe, and have a very productive day.